It's a hot, sunny, lazy day in June, and Julie Thomas is painting outside in the garden. She stops for a while to drink some lemonade and have a look at Teen Adventure, a magazine for teenagers. The magazine has photos and stories about outdoor sports, and there are some advertisements for summer camps and study holidays. Julie turns the pages and notices an advertisement for a place called Holly Howe. The advertisement is colourful and exciting. There are pictures of some teenagers in boats, and others are swimming in the lake. There are more photos of people climbing and pony riding. There are beautiful trees and flowers around the camp. There are forests on the hills near the lake. All the people in the pictures are smiling. They're having a good time. Julie thinks,
"That looks like a fun place."
She reads the advertisement. It says,
"Stay at Holly Howe near beautiful Coniston Water in the Lake District. Swim, boat, climb, and go pony riding. Visit the beautiful towns and historic sites nearby. The food is excellent and the rooms are cozy and comfortable with beautiful views. This is a very nice place."
Julie thinks.
"And it isn't very expensive. I can go with Diana. We can make some new friends and have a good time there."
Her brother Paul comes into the garden.
"Hey, Minnie Mouse, how are you?"
He shouts and pulls his sister's ears.
"Don't call me Minnie Mouse. I hate that name,"
says Julie. Julie and Paul don't look like a sister and a brother. Julie has brown hair and green eyes. She is not very tall, and she has braces on her teeth. She is sensitive and intelligent. She likes painting and is especially good at painting landscapes. She is very shy, and she doesn't have many friends. Her brother Paul has a lot of friends. He is tall, blonde, and athletic. His favourite sport is soccer, and he likes swimming and boating. He is very popular. Everyone wants Paul in their team at school. Sometimes Julie feels a bit jealous of him. Everything is easy for Paul.
"What are you reading?"
asks Paul. He looks over Julie's shoulder.
"I need a holiday after the exams, and this magazine has some good ideas. There's a lovely youth hostel called Holly Howe. They have a lot of outdoor sports. I can paint landscapes, and I can make new friends,"
says Julie.
"That sounds fun. Where is it?"
asks Paul, looking at the photos.
"It's in the Lake District near Coniston Water,"
replies Julie.
"I think it's about 70 kilometers from here. Look at the photos, Paul. It looks like a beautiful place."
Says Paul.
"Coniston Water.
He scratches his head.
I know that name."
Later that day, Julie is sitting on the sofa in the living room, reading a book. Her brother Paul is lying on the rug in front of the coffee table, watching tennis on the TV. Suddenly, he jumps up.
"Now I remember,"
he says.
"There's a mystery about that lake, Coniston Water. A girl died there a few years ago. I think she was about 16, the same as you, Julie. Some people say you can see her at night on the lake. A little white figure boating all alone. And there was something about a silver locket, but I can't remember the details."
Paul stops. His sister's face is white.
"What's the matter, Minnie Mouse? Are you scared?"
he says, laughing.
"Stop it! I don't want to hear this. You just want to frighten me. You don't want me to go,"
says Julie.
"I'm not going to listen to you."
"Okay,"
says Paul.
"I'm only warning you. When you're swimming in the cold lake at Coniston Water all alone, Julie, and you hear a strange voice, and the ghost of the lake comes after you..."
He jumps on Julie suddenly and hits her with a cushion.
"Boo!"
he shouts. Julie screams.
"Ah! Get lost, Paul! You're horrible! Leave me alone!"
Julie and Paul's parents come into the room.
"Stop it, you two,"
says Mr. Thomas.
"What's the matter? Why are you making all this noise?"
"Paul is trying to frighten me,"
says Julie. She looks at her brother. He sits and smiles at her.
"Now, Paul,"
says Mrs. Thomas.
"don't frighten your sister. What are you talking about?"
"Mom,"
says Julie.
I want to go to Hollyhow at Coniston Water. Can I go, please? Please? I want to take a vacation before school starts again, a complete change, somewhere in the countryside, and I can paint there. There are beautiful trees and flowers. Here, look at the advertisement.
Mr. and Mrs. Thomas read the advertisement.
It does look nice, dear.
Says Julie's mum.
Yes, all right. You can go. But Paul must go with you.
What?
Cries Julie.
Yes,
Says her dad.
you must both go. You're too young to go alone, Julie.
But I'm going to ask Diana to go with me. I don't need Paul.
Says Julie.
No, sorry, Julie. If Paul doesn't go, then neither of you can go.
Replies Mrs. Thomas firmly.
That's fine with me.
Says Paul.
I want to take care of my little sister. She needs protection from the ghost of the lake.
He laughs.
I don't believe in any lake ghosts.
Shouts Julie. She runs over to Paul and pushes him onto the armchair. Paul laughs and laughs.
Now, Paul, stop teasing your sister.
Says Mrs. Thomas.
I'm going to call the youth hostel and book your places. You can go next week.
Oh, thanks, Mom. You're great.
Replies Julie. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas leave the room. Paul looks at his sister and smiles.
Well, do you want me to go with you and Diana?
He asks.
I can be your protector.
Julie thinks for a moment about the story of the ghost girl.
Can it be true?
She asks herself.
Is it safe?
To Paul, she says,
Okay, come with us if Mom says you must.
Julie doesn't tell him, but secretly she's happy her brother wants to go. After all, two can fight ghosts better than one. Later, Julie telephones her best friend, Diana, to tell her about Holly Howe. Diana is similar to Julie. They are both quiet and like the countryside, and they both have one older brother. Diana loves music. She plays the piano very well and practices all the time.
Hi, Diana. It's Julie. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Says Diana.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Replies Julie.
What are you doing this evening?
Says Diana.
Well,
Says Julie.
I'm planning to go to a youth hostel in the Lake District.
Says Julie. She's very excited.
That sounds fun.
Replies Diana.
Where is it?
It's at Coniston Water in the Lake District. It's called Hollyhow. There's an article in Teen Adventure about it. Would you like to come with me?
Says Julie.
Holly Howe?
Yes, that's right.
Diana is silent.
Diana,
Says Julie.
what's the matter?
Are you sure it's called Holly Howe?
Asks Diana.
Yes, I'm sure. Hollyhow at Coniston Water. It's a beautiful place. It's on a big lake. They have boats, and you can go climbing and pony riding. Why?
I think Holly Howe is...
Diana stops talking.
Hollyhow is what?
Asks Julie impatiently.
Well, people say that a girl died there a few years ago.
Replies Diana.
What do you mean?
Asks Julie. She remembers Paul's words. Suddenly, she can feel goosebumps on her arms.
There is a mystery about the lake.
Diana continues.
What mystery?
Julie replies.
Some people say Coniston Water is haunted by a ghost.
Diana says.
You can see it at night. It's the ghost of a girl, and it always wears a silver locket, the same locket the young girl who died there had.
What nonsense!
Laughs Julie.
That isn't true. Coniston Water is very safe. There are lots of teenagers at the youth hostel in the photos in Teen Adventure, and they're all having fun. No one is scared. There's no ghost there. Please come with me. It's more fun if we both go.
Says Julie.
Do you really think it's safe?
Asks Diana.
Oh, yes.
Says Julie.
And anyway, my brother wants to go too. He says he is going to protect us.
I don't know.
Says Diana.
I do like to boat and swim. When are you going to go?
Next week. My mom's booking the places.
How long are you going to stay?
5 days.
Replies Julie.
Do you think they have a piano? I want to practice.
Asks Diana.
No, I don't think so. But we can take a guitar.
Yes, that's true. What clothes are you going to take?
Diana asks.
Oh, the usual things. A jacket, a couple of pairs of jeans, a few t-shirts, and some good hiking boots. And I'm going to take some tennis shoes too.
Replies Julie.
OK, let me ask my parents. Hold on.
Diana says. She puts down the phone. She's back in 2 minutes.
Sorry, Julie. My parents don't want me to go. They say neither of us should go. They heard that Coniston Water is dangerous. They know the story about the young girl who died there. I'm sorry. I hope you have a good time. Talk to you later.
Diana puts down the phone.
A good time.
Julie thinks to herself.
I hope so, too. I hope nothing terrible happens at the youth hostel.
Paul and Julie arrive at Holly Howe the following week. It is a beautiful but quiet youth hostel. There are lots of trees. The lake is very big. Julie thinks,
This looks like the picture in the magazine. My holiday is going to be fun.
she sees other young people about her age. They are talking and laughing. There are 3 youth hostel organisers. They take Paul and Julie to their rooms.
Julie, Anna, Tessa and Maggie, you're in room 13,
says David. He's a tall, handsome 19-year-old. He's reading from a list of names.
Paul, you're in room 9.
Oh, no. Room 13?
Thinks Julie to herself.
What bad luck.
Julie looks at her roommates. There are 2 dark girls with big backpacks. There's another small, thin girl with long blonde hair. She is carrying a large backpack and 1 small bag. They all go to room 13. There are 4 beds in the room and cupboards for the girls' things. There is a table and 4 chairs. From the window you can see the blue lake and the forest on the hills near it.
It's beautiful here.
Thinks Julie.
I can paint some lovely pictures.
Tessa and Maggie, the 2 dark girls, quickly take 2 bunks together. Anna throws her rucksack on the other bottom bunk. The only bunk left now is the top bunk. There are a lot of spider webs over the bunk. Julie looks upset. She thinks for a moment, then says,
David, can I have the bottom bunk, please? I don't like spiders.
David brushes the spider webs away with a broom. Julie is embarrassed. She isn't really afraid of spiders. She's afraid of heights,
I'm sorry, David,
says Julie quietly.
but I'm afraid of heights too. Please, can I have the bottom bunk?
Anna, Julie's afraid of heights,
Says David.
Can you please take the top bunk?
But I have my things on the bottom bunk already.
Replies Anna. She gives Julie an angry look.
Listen, Anna. Julie is afraid of heights. Tessa and Maggie are friends and don't want to change. Come on, be kind. Give Julie your bunk.
David smiles at her. No one speaks. Everyone is looking at Anna.
OK.
She says finally. She pulls her backpack off the bed and puts it on the top bunk.
Thanks, Anna, for taking the top bunk. You're very kind.
Julie says, trying to make friends with Anna. But Anna doesn't reply.
What a stupid thing to tell them, that I'm afraid of heights.
Thinks Julie to herself.
This is not a good start. How can I make friends when my roommates all think I'm a scaredy cat?
The girls start to put away their clothes. Tessa and Maggie are taking things out of their bags and chatting to each other. They are friends already. They go to the same school. Maggie pulls her jeans out of her backpack and a small plastic purse drops onto the floor. Maggie doesn't see it. Julie wants to make friends. She sees the purse on the floor and picks it up.
Excuse me, Maggie. Is this yours?
She says, smiling. Maggie goes red.
That's my purse. Don't touch it.
She cries, grabbing it from Julie.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help.
Replies Julie. Maggie takes the purse quickly, but it is open, and some syringes and small bottles fall out.
What's this, Maggie?
Asks David.
It's my insulin.
Says Maggie.
I'm diabetic.
But why isn't that written on your entry form? It's very important,
Says David,
I must go and talk to Sally about this.
and he goes out of the room.
Thanks a lot, Julie. Now everyone knows I'm diabetic. They aren't going to let me go on the overnight hike in the hills.
Says Maggie angrily.
I'm sorry.
Says Julie. She feels bad.
What's wrong with me? Why can't I make friends? Anna hates me because of the bunk, and now Maggie hates me too.
She thinks to herself. She looks at Anna, but Anna climbs up onto her bunk and opens a book. Tessa and Maggie are going outside. Julie walks over to them.
Maggie, I'm really sorry.
She says.
Never mind,
Replies Maggie.
I suppose it was an accident. Do you want to have lunch with me?
Asks Julie.
Sorry, I want to sit with Tessa.
Maggie says,
We've got a lot to talk about.
and they go out. Julie feels very depressed and lonely. She goes to the door and walks outside. She sees Paul laughing and joking in the summer sunshine with 5 other boys.
Paul has made friends already. I'm not surprised. He makes friends easily. Everyone likes him. He always knows the right thing to say. He's funny and confident. Not me. No one wants to be friends with me.
Julie goes through the trees and walks by the lake alone. She looks at the water and decides to see how cold it is. She puts her hand in the water.
Oh, it's freezing.
Suddenly, she sees something shiny between the stones at the bottom of the lake, something small and silver.
What's this? It looks like a necklace. No, it's not a necklace. It's a locket. A silver locket. How pretty.
She opens it. Inside there is an old brown photograph of a young girl. She is thin with long blonde hair. She's about 16 years old.
That's strange.
Thinks Julie.
She looks like someone I know. But who?
She is puzzled. She tries to remember, but she can't. She tries the locket on. She looks at her reflection in the lake.
It looks lovely.
Says Julie.
I'm going to keep it.